I'm seek and
both
strike.
Both and Bane are very good at rotating early. To
I
set up
seek.
kills.
Not in destroy. I don't destroy. I
think
seek
you'll need to do
and I
that.
strike
hope
my enemy.
also that Quinn thinks about rotating to the Beastmaster lane. Not let him get that tower at 7 minutes or whatever. Like make it hard for him to play. Like you have the Bane ready there to set up, then you can either just TP in with the Leshrac or run there.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
I
like the
hope
sound of
they'll
that.
do something like that.
Break apart the pace of the game a little bit here, as it's going to be game one between Evil Geniuses and Soniqs. The last meeting back in July over in the US East region. Now over to Singapore. A little bit more on the line here. Best of 2 series, of course, between the two teams. So we'll be seeing who is going to be off to well, maybe a draw even, but this game one, maybe a little bit of pride over for the NA region.
All right, both teams smoking up here. I believe EG are heavily favored if they fight there. Soniqs very brave running up here.
Yeah,
Well, let's see who's the better NA team.
Smoke Undying having already taken that point.
Oh, hell no. Oh. Okay.
Undying.
Say Undying.
On top of Crit and Quinn.
The
He's
bait.
surrounded and killed. Undying. Like you say, Fly picking up 12 strength now as onto Yawa they go. 2 boars already out. There's plenty of poison and slows as Evil Geniuses will hold.
Man.
It's going to be Soniqs.
Oh!
2-0 in the early game.
Oh! Settings pause there. Very confusing for me what they were doing there. When you see an Undying like this, and you run up 5 heroes together, look, he has 16 strength. If he was more ready, I don't know what he was doing. He was standing in kind of an off position. He gets like a 4 or 5.
Nightfall he's Russian, right?
That's 1000 HP Undying.
I know CIS, but I assume he's Russian. Let me double check. Where is he?
And I mean, yeah, you see what happened there. They just, what are they gonna do?
Yes.
They can't do
I
anything.
give him a clap.
And now, unfortunately, Fata plopped this ward down.
Their team.
And they saw it under their own vision, so they're gonna get dewarded.
Give him a clap for the nice
That's
pause.
a very rough start here for Soniqs.
Yeah, rune control is going to be a bit off now.
Wait, what was his name?
Evil Geniuses, right? We are expecting that Undying
Igor.
maybe he won't rotate so much, but
Igor.
contesting runes much more difficult for Quinn.
Man.
Yeah, that was a bit scary.
Shouldn't he be like
was a little bit on the
Frankenstein's
right.
servant?
Maybe he was going to block a camp or something like that with his sentry ward
Igor.
out from the smoke, but yeah, I mean, still good enough positioning there for EG. Arteezy just backing up. Really, to me, it's the onslaught, and this is kind of the strength of this hero, right? Primal Beast. He kind of just charges on in, and he completely disrupts positioning there for Soniqs. I think maybe there's a chance that they at least get first blood.
That's a nice name.
Like a full duration level 1 spin-off and a
G?
couple of brain saps and what
G?
have you, but just no chance there with the Primal basically isolating the Jug and Quinn from the rest of the team.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so let's say the positive for Soniqs then. Drown Ranger skilled Gust. And I think, yeah, that's it. Because another issue
Good morning,
here is that
sir.
Abed got first blood, right? So he basically almost has bottle already.
Imagine Eiley.
Yeah.
Eiley?
Oh, EG. Maybe they won't even get this word. They're getting
Thank
kind
you.
of bamboozled there.
Oh, maybe a little bit, yeah. Looks like they've
They
just
are. They
missed it.
missed it. Okay, nice. Okay, so that's another positive for Soniqs.
Thoughts on contesting
Okay.
event versus Crit. Fly, eager to fight still with a little bit of bonus strength remaining. Pardon me, he's
Okay.
already down to half mana,
now if
but,
I'm
he's a
Magnus,
mango enjoyer. He's
and
now
I
shipping
look,
out his 4th
I see
mango for this
Drow
laning stage.
Undying. I become aware.
Okay, so they are late.
How is this guy gonna farm in this lane?
I still think Undying is too strong though, but we'll see. And the Gust came in handy. RTC secured
It's
the
a
third
Bane,
room, so
I
they got 3
guess.
bounties, as well as 2 kills. So 1k gold up, 30 seconds in. Pretty nice.
Seems to be a little bit production
Pretty good,
problems.
that one.
It's probably
especially
with
with
the
the
Val's
first
fault,
bonus,
not PGL's. I do love
of course,
PGL.
leading in net worth, not by much, but it'll be
There's
an
some double
earlier
audio,
round
it's
here
not
versus
me.
all the magic damage that Quinn's going to be pumping out.
Yeah, that must be on Valve.
Lane goes on
But it's
Sailor
fine.
too, and only finds
Type
the
of
rage
beat.
creep. There's Fly already getting involved, getting just brawl heavy as you'd expect. As I think Fata, yes, he's blocked the easy camp and made sure that the hard camp is not blocked by ward.
It's
Of course,
barely
you can't do much
noticeable.
versus the tanky Undying, who stands there and body blocks it. So the lanes are going to push here slightly for Arteezy.
Pamamis middle should be pretty easy.
How much Fata is going to do. As a result, of course, this does put the Marcy up top lane, where she's going to quickly jump onto a creep. It still gets denied, actually, by by nightfall there, but MSS doing as much as he can here
So
to make
carry
some space
Jagger,
early for
Marcy.
Yawar.
That's pretty
Yeah,
scary
they're
lane.
doing fine so far. There's just like a very hard timing here when these
Oh, look at
six,
that
especially level
damage.
5. These boars are probably going to be too strong for Juggernaut unless you have like a really big lead, which I don't see you getting.
Yeah, and down bottom now, like you said, Gus taking level 1, not what you generally see for a mid lane, or sorry, I say for
Player
a Drought.
camps.
Actually,
Yeah,
up
you
to
can
level
see
2
them at the
already,
bottom
so
left.
it has the frost arrows and a little bit more harass to assist Fly and making sure that, of course, Arteezy can get off to a great start.
Yeah.
It's
Mid,
the
works
first
for
day, so
Ware
there's
as
like
well,
some
but
bugs
it's,
you're gonna fix.
not doing as well as Quinn in these early couple of levels, and has taken a bit of a beating, but he's got a water rune for him.
How
down
is he
bottom,
dying
so
so much?
he'll be able
What the
to heal up and
fuck?
sustain a bit more in this lane.
Yeah, I mean he should be really happy.
Last
that
mid
he
is
got
very
the
hard
first
because you
one.
get low damage.
Makes a big difference.
And you
for him.
have to hit the
Because he
stuns, which
already
are
has to
very
carry out the
small
salve, right?
and very hard to
Queen
do.
just keeps hitting him. So that this extra 300 net worth is huge.
Water rune active. Primal Beast drinking water. Growling as such is the most primal of actions for him, I'm sure. It's a decent start for him. He's going to be going for earlier boots here versus Quinn. Doesn't really need much
CSing.
stats with the impressive
Missing the range
strength
creep.
gain that
Ah,
this
but
hero
what
has,
is
like
this?
4.3 tankiest hero in the entire game in that
Gotta
regard.
pull the aggro.
So right now Arteezy has to be a little careful, right? Because he can easily get slept and skewered here. So like this is the okay. So they
Oh,
might
there you
go
go.
for it. but-
Fly.
They're
Save
going.
the skill
Hello!
points here. Skewer under tower for Arteezy. The Gus back, and Arteezy's running towards the Dire base here.
How do you lose this lane?
For a second, but they have the
Where's
kill.
the player cap? I
Very
want to see him
surprised
cry.
he got caught by that. That's like literally the only thing they can do. But that's I like what Soniqs have done there here with the lanes. I was. a
So, I
little-
mean, it's Captain Hindsight,
hesitant
but
if
if
the
you're
lane would be
next to
enough,
the
but
tower
it seems
against Nightmare,
like you
Skewer,
do made
you don't stand there.
for how strong Undying is.
Unless Undying is next
Yeah.
to you,
And
and wakes
even,
you.
know, again, looking at the other lane and
That's
how that
kind
affects
of-
things. I'm not sure how much
That's a
good
mega
potential
kick
there is
play.
here. Well, now they have at least spin level 2.
It's literally a
but
mega kick
rebound
play.
and into a stun, move speed for the Juggernaut into his spin is almost exactly what you're looking for. It does seem like there's more you can do here between a Nightmare and a Skewer for Leslau at least, compared to like Nightmare into spin, which allows Jug to get positioning, but you'd rather have that move speed slow. You'd rather have that ton. And speaking of move speed, here goes MSS towards the mid lane. He looks to rotate
fear
on
of
it,
any
has
mid
to
player.
dispose. Quinn looking to set up the stun, will find it. Abed takes a death mid.
Very nice. Exactly what they need to be doing. And perfect here. He's gonna get 2 water runes. Like this is huge. Like this is really bad for Abed. Because when Leshruck hits 6 before you,
Hey, Baldo.
it's very
Say
common he
hello
just
from
runs you
Brass
down
of
with
Auto
pulse
Breath
power,
off,
right?
yeah.
like it's so early in the game. And like if you TP in as a support, he just
Okay,
kills
they
you
should
too.
not. They're losing bottom.
You know, I'm starting to think a
It
little
looks
bit
like they're
of
losing,
Levi,
honestly.
but maybe this is the best way you can play your early game as a
Say
support
hello
versus
from
Undying,
Brazil. Hello
right?
from Brazil.
I
I'm
mean,
not from Brazil,
I
though.
think something that you can certainly do.
Hello from Brazil.
That he's not going
I
to be
mean,
able to
Brazil
counter
with
you
your
at
mom.
is rotate, especially towards the mid lane. Undying just doesn't feel as strong unless he's like maybe maxing Tombstone in that regard.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're seeing
I
the
mean,
Marcy
for me, it's just-
brokenness.
I think Fly has played a little too passive.
She's
He should have been
coming.
hitting a lot more, like manning up versus Bane, fighting him. But I mean, I would have to analyze the lane deeper to be really sure what was going on there. But I'm a little surprised they've done as well as they have.
Almost a little bit of a try lane
Same,
down bottom for
same.
a couple of seconds as both supports
Have
actually.
to analyze.
Both teams find themselves in that area. But now as we
Ben
get
is
into the
pretty
minutes,
fast,
power
isn't he?
runes. Yep, there we go
Oh.
again, mid. Onto Abed, there's
can
a
just
stun,
queue
there's still
away?
another dispose, no onslaught
Yeah.
for a few more seconds, and that's a second kill now onto Abed.
Yeah, I mean,
I wanna
this
see
is what
player
happens,
cameras,
right?
I wanna see
This
them
is exactly
tilt.
what we talked about them needing to do. Like,
I mean, this is why Marcy primarily is.
Yeah, the
Well, she has
Juggernaut
two
will
things to
suffer a
make her
bit,
broken.
but
One, her
I'll
ganking is
do
just
way more
absolutely
running around the
insane.
map than sitting up there.
Yeah. For
From the
sure.
shadows,
Yeah,
jump,
Yowers able
Giga
to pull
Force,
just
stun.
fine. The Boars trying
boost
to
movement
intercept the
speed.
wave. Will get most of them, so some pretty good.
And on
micro
top of
there
that,
by
she
Nightfall.
scales into
To make
Giga
sure
Chat
he's able
in mid
to,
and late game
get
as a
most of
support
his,
with ult and
experience
kills
goal.
people.
But nice job. Again,
Very
like we said
shameful
earlier,
hero.
with mana, Lesh has certainly enough damage to almost kill anyone in the game, and he just needs that little +1 to make sure that can actually happen. Looks like EG, though, are going to be able to get their hands on this power rune. MSS is rotating on over, and actually he's going to snag the DD away.
Too
Might
fast.
pay for that with his life,
Okay.
and he will.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But, nice.
EG is still winning that wolf, though.
Here for
This is fine.
Also, EG
Look at
really
Nightfall.
want their
Holy
6
shit.
now on Primal Beast. 'Cause
16
that's the
denies.
I guess they have Roar too, because they've left Beastmaster alone now, so he's got quite a bit of experience. But before they have these
Is
two
he the only
ultimates, it's way harder for
non-American in
Mirana
the
to
game?
play, 'cause there's no setup for arrow, right?
I say American because I
Yeah, those
include
smoke
South
okay,
Americans.
nice. Here, now they're gonna try to get this Beastmaster.
Oh,
let's
looks
see.
like
Crit.
No, it's crit as
yeah,
well.
he's gonna break the smoke.
fly.
They're gonna go on to him.
Or he
He'll
is
leap
on it,
charge
kinda.
away, dispose into the stun. Perfectly calculated
And
there.
Fada,
by
actually, there's a
Soniqs.
lot.
I'm gonna set up for a kill, and Quinn still
And
thinking
Abed,
about
what the
going
fuck did I know
top.
any team?
Thinking about it. At least allows MSS to get into the triangle here and plant a ward, which doesn't
forgot
block the
NA.
camp, but will scout any stacks that
NA
are
DOTA.
happening here.
It's my birthday
Like
stroking.
without a smoke, it's very uncomfortable.
Happy
to run top,
birthday.
right? Like you're just gonna be scouted by a hawk or something.
Yeah, and Nightfall already
Oh,
fairly
okay.
tanky, level 6, as there it is.
Done
He beats Juggernaut
perfectly.
to the
Oh,
punch. And
beautiful.
the arrow setup is there as Crit rotates on
And
back
the
over
perfect
collects the
with
first two of
creeps.
his earn charges. Nightfall immediately getting to work on this tier 1 tower. Quinn doesn't want to let this one go so fast, and there's that rotation we were talking about earlier.
Plus
And, yeah,
100?
he cleans up creeps real quick, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Bottom, though, is where Abed instead is going to rotate 2. Nice rotation here. You see the animated rotate top. You
Okay,
go
looking
ahead,
better
run
for
back
EG.
down
They had a
bottom.
little shaky laning stage.
And I want to say that like Soniqs have played this very well, but if you look at the gold and the farm, EG are still very comfortable, right? This Juggernaut has suffered. It's not been a good lane versus Beastmaster. So yeah.
What would your analysis be on this bottom lane here, especially for how difficult we were thinking this one was looking out of the gates with a Magnus Marcy up against
Draw
an
dying
Undying?
was fucking
How would you say
big.
that has fared for Soniqs?
No, they should be very happy with that. Like Drow Ranger still has decent farm, right? But it's not oh, okay, he should be fine. It's still not been absolutely free, and the Magnus has kept up. Like he's basically the same net worth. So this is a lane they should be happy with. Like they were never gonna win it, right? Unless
Yep.
RTC kept getting slept skewered
Kept
into
getting
tower.
skewered under. Yeah.
Yeah.
He learns though. That'll happen. You only catch Arteezy with skewer under tower though once. No one
Yeah.
catches Arteezy twice.
That's right.
And well, it's level 6 first for
It's a pretty good
Lelis.
tombstone game as
still
well.
1v2ing down here.
Yeah, this
and
is
the reason
fine.
I brought this up, right, is because this
EG
is
is fine.
some condition, right, for the Juggernaut to kind of get a little bit back in this game. The cleave no longer as powerful as it used to be on your allies, but it's still going to be a kind of farm accelerant here for the Juggernaut, who, again, has been struggling. DLR still only actually level 5. About to get level 6 off of this mid wave, but didn't really have an
And every
easy
single
time,
game is
and in
very
fact, just to show
important.
Nightfall's
Bottom
already
2 group
starting to
stage
push top, but he's also
eliminated.
summoning creeps.
Laughed at. Might get tweeted at, depending what team it is.
Bottom though for Soniqs.
They do have a lane ward. Yeah, so RTC knows this is happening.
And he's gonna do well to get the heck out of here.
Yeah, for sure. No, because now you see Beastmaster basically takes the top tower up by himself, so you do want to get this tower here bottom back for it, but
Yeah, and Soniqs actually, they maybe were keen to defend top lane, but Crit actually puts down this lane ward behind the tower that scouted Quinn. So Nightfall just farms a couple of camps and waits for Quinn to leave. As soon as they see Quinn TPing bottom with their other lane ward, he moves in and immediately takes on the tower. So good map movements overall by EG during that sequence of events, even though there's no action, quote unquote, on screen.
yeah. Okay, so this is a nice little rotation back to mid there. Let's see Fata. Okay, never mind. I thought he was going to try to sleep, but it's scary here. There is this roar, there is pulverize into arrow.
Action's
so-
coming.
Oh,
Beta
a
W,
mini
that's the
onslaught
max
from
level
Abed.
W. He's useless
No,
now.
but you look at this tower going down, right? Dark Troll Summoner with Inner Beast, it just melts.
oh, and they're TPing top.
The
They want to
instant
get a
TP.
kill on
Oh,
Yawer,
he
but
is
he's going to
aware.
read this one coming and make sure he TPs away in time before Nightfall can close the gap for
He's
a primal
aware.
roar.
Yeah, they need some
Back down
towers, getting bottom.
Lelis and Yawer now getting to work on this
Everything's
tier 1
fine.
bottom. So nice rotation from Soniqs, at least picking up their first tower of the game.
Yeah, but with Soniqs getting this tower, I don't think I think the map state is actually pretty nice for them. Like this clears it up for Juggernaut. He can farm all of this. They're gonna have ancient stacks coming up. I think Fata will sit around mid, stack ancients,
Yep,
and
It's gonna look like an even
I
game,
think they
so
should
that's
be
pretty
decently
nice.
Happy with this.
pretty
I think
okay.
Magnus will end up slightly under
Main level
farm,
6,
but
he's a little bit Monka Giga.
that will be fine.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah,
they
and
should
if
be
you- I mean,
happy right now.
You look at the core to core, and Yawer is doing just fine compared to the Drow Ranger for now, and I might say we should expect him to get a little bit more of a lead as here he goes to farm some stacks with Empower. There's MSS and Fata stacking again, so it's going to be a quad stack of the hard camp and a triple stack on Ancients.
Oh yeah,
Maybe a little early to do this, but level 4 Empower, so
spin it.
okay.
The Sonic supports just acting as a buffer right now to the triangle. They're actually going to scout that Hawk with the Sentry and Observer as they see Abed
cannot kill these
trampling around in the
Ancients.
mid lane.
Yeah, unfortunately for Quinn. Okay, so Quinn goes out there. Yeah, good. Like if Quinn has to sit in the bushes, that's not good. You gotta let this man farm.
This could be a move. I don't know if anyone got picked up on that sentry ward that Soniqs have.
Okay,
But
the
they are
smoke.
going to be under vision for the ward.
They seem to know, right? They're pinging it out.
That's a quick D ward. Of course, they only needed the sentry. They
They are aware. Can they steal it?
Okay, they're smoking back.
They
They
have
wanna fight this.
tombstone.
But EG are...
What level tombstone do they have?
And Yawar's going to continue to recover here, actually. Did go for that Midas, so on top of course, the Empower that I've been so keen to bring up, he also has a Midas now to continue accelerating his farm.
Yep.
Okay, just kill it so it doesn't get stolen.
Both teams being very disciplined there. Like, they're basically 5 heroes farming at the stack, right? They don't want to get picked off.
There's a dangerous rune as well for Abed into the bottle. For him goes that haste rune, which with Trample is going to be a bit more damage for him.
Yeah. No, so kind of an even game right now.
Yeah.
This Midas and Jug, we'll see. It's a bit of a Ramsey special. He always does this. Like obviously you'll be more farmed than you would have been like in 10 minutes. But for now he's very, very weak.
Midas is
Let's talk
back.
about first items as well, because of course, one of, I think, the only hero. I think I brought this up earlier in LCQs, but you keenly pointed out, really only the Lash just builds this item, isn't it, right? First item, Bloodstone.
When this
for him right
Rams
out
is
the gate.
playing.
Yeah. No, it's super strong. It basically gives you, like, you become more tanky. Okay, wait, they're going bomb
Jump
here.
him and run away.
Yeah, an RP, but I think that's just to disengage.
Yeah. No, so back to the Bloodstone. It gives you
Turn
more
around.
tankiness.
Now they think they're
and
safe
it also
bottom.
gives you sustain. Because
Now you
every
smoke.
creep wave, like, you're basically going to be spamming this item. So every creep wave you farm, you'll activate it, and you'll gain more mana than you spent killing it. And that's how you'll play.
Oh.
they're picking Roche.
Wait,
Yeah, I think EG are getting a
that's
little
pretty
frustrated.
progress.
They could have farmed the map a bit more efficiently, I believe. Like, Artis is very poor. Not very poor. He's
Oh, the
slightly more
abuse.
poor than he should be.
The fact that Undying's ult works on Roche amp the damage is
I
pretty
think it's a good
broken.
move.
Yeah,
NGL.
and it certainly is very fast. All 5 heroes on the Roche pit.
This
buffed a
legendary
little bit here
ancient
by all
beast
6
dies in
rallies
5
of the Skellies.
seconds.
Of course, that
They didn't
damage
change
amplification
that.
as well from Fly's Flesh Golem.
No
Almost forgetting the
debuffs
ages.
on
There we go
Roche.
into the inventory of Abed.
Yeah.
Kang
Fast
Burber.
rush here, especially without the
Thank
threat of
you.
an RP, they feel very confident and they take it.
Yeah. No, so I'm just curious to if both teams will be happy with the state of the game, right? Because then we can see both teams just farming, or if EG are gonna smoke up or just go together and try to push the tower. Because they do have Undying, they have Tombstone, they have okay, so they have Helm of the Overlord now too on Nightfall. So they
Ground
do have
boots,
some nice items.
Yeah, they're coming along pretty nicely here. Abed as well, nearly at his first BKB. I think the only weakness, the only glaring weakness we've seen for EG is Tombstone is only level 2.
Yeah.
Not as much, perhaps, early fighting as an Undying would really want, which is basically unlimited fights, assuming he has mana. So it's a little bit lower level here on the Tombstone. But I think either way, of course, they're not going to wait for Fly to get more levels, and in they go into the smoke and likely into the enemy triangle.
Okay. It should be very hard to catch this Jug. Like, immediately when the smoke breaks, he'll spin and face boot and run. So I don't know how you catch him. So it's a
Yeah,
bit
man.
optimistic here.
Roar into arrow would have to be basically right there and on the mark. Without a blink dagger yet here for Nightfall, it does feel a bit difficult. And so, of course, he's going to be going for some more stats first. Love the efficiency of these pro players, by the way. Just 3
yeah,
Iron
spoilers
Branches
is
here to
perma, I guess.
maximize all slots. for
It's
Nightfall. He's
probably
not
the
really
lowest thing you can do,
Victorian. No way,
to
man.
spoil.
Yeah.
It's worse than snitching and being a
Wrestler
lonely.
set up down here. RP ready. He's got blink dagger.
Big reveal here for Soniqs. Could look to equalize here, maybe gain a bit of advantage. But it's the Ancient Black Dragon now pushing pretty effectively here with that Fireball and the bonus attack speed.
Yeah, but this is good for them. Like, yeah, they're playing very passive, and their Juggernaut will just free farm top.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, Manta's on the way for him. Arteezy as well continues to farm
Okay.
up. He's going to
Doing
look
a
to
little bit of a
upgrade
farm
with
fiesta right
full
now.
Hurricane Pike, forced out next. Jug into Manta style.
He missed the range creep. That's inefficient.
Needs an ultimate orb and that recipe, so they're coming along fairly evenly. Yawar starting to really break
No
ahead
Bane
thanks to the power
grabs.
in Midas. Arteezy,
They should have seen middle. Invis. Why did they invis? Do they think a smoke is coming?
Coming soon. It's pretty good early here versus Leshrac.
Who wins late
Won't let
game?
him be
Yeah,
vulnerable with his Bloodstone.
that's...
Yeah,
Yeah,
so basically when you
Sonic,
click the Bloodstone,
yes.
right, you almost have 100% spell magic lifesteal. The Spirit Vessel really lessens that.
It's not
And
super
no
clear. Both
source of
have good
dispel
late game.
yet for Soniqs, right, to get rid
Me,
of
I would say
that.
Sonic.
Of course, only the Jug can dispel himself, so he doesn't have to be too concerned with that. But yeah, against the healing ward and against the Bloodstone Lash, as you say, certainly is going to be quite valuable to reduce that healing. Quinn next going for the Blink Dagger. He's actually almost got it already, and maybe with this group, it's a pretty big wave. He might have the
They
money
fixed the
here
audio
for it
also,
if he gets
so
that
give them a
wagon.
clap
Yeah,
for
better
fixing the
hit
double
this
audio
brother.
so efficiently.
Yeah, don't miss it, Quinn. The world's watching.
I love PGL. Very cool.
But he'll get his Blink Dagger here, I'm sure. There it is. Just shy of 20 golds. But EG not really too eager to look for fights. They're going to get that last tier one down bottom, so the map.
Sophie,
quite
are
open
you
for them to be
watching
making
Talon
moves.
lose?
They continue
I
to
enjoyed
farm
watching
Abed
SCA
now with
teams
BKB
lose.
on his
I
way
might
towards
watch
him.
it.
Might look to kick things off here while they still have Aegis on the Primal for another 2 minutes.
Yeah. Now, so Yawar is definitely not looking to fight, right? He's the last hero who wants to fight. The rest of Sonics, I think they're like they would be down. They're kind of ready. Yeah, smoking up here. Like they kind of have what they want.
Maybe trying to bait Quinn as he does farm a wave underneath the ward. Of course, he knows that they have vision of the wave. He's going to actually go a little bit further into the jungle while Fly is ready to intercept here this smoke. And Fonta, his
I
smoke will
think they're
break. Does
chilling.
get the ward up now onto the high ground.
tombstone?
Onto
Oh.
one and another.
Get back,
They're
get back.
going to be able to get the tombstone dropped, however, in time.
Never fight against
So
Tombstone
Sonics
high
are
ground.
going to have to get out, as you were saying.
Yeah. No, that would be a very suspicious moment to fight. Like he still has Aegis for a minute. BKB on Primal.
Now no grip here for this kind of defense. Quinn, of course, is going to collect that
232
gold
gold.
off of the
He's
Ancient
clap.
Dragon.
This slush
Money
is going
for
to
him.
be a
Yeah,
big
and Yawar
problem.
very happy with this. Like he just gets to see every hero on the map a bit.
Oh, he's
and
also going
that means he can
Ags.
keep
So
farming.
right now he can only die to
I mean, with confidence.
draw, really.
That's what Arteezy's at least been able to do. It's been his team looking to set the tempo and
He needs to get
being a
if he
little
doesn't get
more
roared, he
aggressive
kills
on the other side of
everyone.
the map. He's maybe a little bit sore that Nightfall keeps stealing an ancient from him every now and then, but
Yeah.
ultimately it's not going to affect his net worth too much.
Yeah, Lush
You
is
can
just
actually
gonna
see he's
hard
actually
carry
gone
this, it
for the
looks
Frost
like.
Arrow Shard earlier. I think this used to be called Permafrost or Hypothermia or something like that. It is still called Hypothermia. So this is also going to further reduce that healing that we're talking about.
Yeah. Maybe it helps him to clear creeps too. Because otherwise I don't see what, yeah. So you see here, using the multi-shot on a wave, it just blows up. Because otherwise there's no way RTC would get this shard. It was
Draw
only to
has
reduce
cat
healing,
ears
like, no way.
cosmetic. That's kind of cute.
Fair enough, right?
Ooh.
It's a farming tool. All right.
Look mid-air, just Leshrac cleaning up these creeps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
All right.
another
250.
this 500 gold in the past 1 minute from just ancient creeps.
That's a tanky creep as well, right? He comes with
Yeah, that
the,
is a lot of
HP aura,
gold.
so just in case it wasn't clear enough, Lush, he can certainly melt these kinds of units and heroes. Not much problem.
Yeah, no, very passive game. And EG have actually snuck up to a 2k gold lead here.
Primal Beast
the
late
farming
game.
grabs
I
are
can't.
more efficient.
Aldous he's gonna charge
That-
in and
that's
get
to be
gripped every
expected, right?
fight
They
and
have
be
Pox,
useless.
They have Aegis.
Banus is gonna
BKB
chill in the
on Primal,
background. Wait. Oh, here comes Primal Beast.
and,
Grip.
Sonics
Oh.
have this one hero.
gonna be
that really don't wanna
useless.
Fight in the Juggernaut.
Quinn's next item as well, it's a bit more of an interesting one. The Ag Scepter Nihilism. Compared to the last time we really saw Lush. Oh, hold that thought, actually. Ooh, he blinks out in time. Fata, will he be as lucky as EG? There's smoke.
Oh.
It's starting to
Oh.
expire. They jump back in from MSS, but they've mistimed that one. Ooh, oh, no, he did commit it. Now he's going to get the ulti, the RP
Oh,
whip.
no.
As in goes on that. Now he still has his
well-
BKB. There he goes, right onto the Leshrac now, with even Arteezy joining this fight from the back. But
If
the
they fight like that, yeah,
still
they're gonna
active.
lose.
No, not
So.
enough heals there for Quinn. He is taken down. Fata doing what he can, but out of mana. The hypothermia stacks now getting
Holy
to him.
shit, that was
Nightfall
bad.
with 2 kills there.
Holy shit, that was
Sonics
embarrassing. So many
Flooding the
mistakes, so much
initiation there on their
hesitation.
own high ground, or on their own cliff there.
That's
Yeah,
why he
not
got
the
kicked
most
from
pretty
Alliance.
side,
We only have the finest
right?
players in our team.
Yeah, so like the thing when you're playing these slow games, you have to really hit that fight when you want to fight.
Although,
you
sir,
can't
11
over-
months
'cause
of God
you see
Gaming,
he
you're going
sleeps
to
him, right?
TI,
And
dog.
that makes the Marcy stun not hit. Yeah, we'll see here. Yeah, so the sleep, he jumps, it doesn't hit, and now Magnus goes in. And that's the problem.
And that's where you gotta be a
He
zoomer.
just has to accept that he cannot go in here. And him going in, just getting roared, missing the RP, leads to Quinn dying. And I think Fata
You gotta
leads to-
turn as you blink,
And,
which is harder
Yeah, that's a lot of gold
than you think.
given to
And
EG.
some more
'Cause if he
damage
just
dealt
RPs
there
there,
as
he
well.
can't
Mitch
secure them
is
back. He has to
down.
secure them back.
Legendary spell
Lickety
build.
split for EG.
Basically, he choked.
Maybe even they feel confident enough to go for
That was the
top. Quinn
definition
is
of a
here. He
choke
wants to
right
farm
there.
Another 300 or 250
A very simple
gold even
play.
from the Ancient Thunder.
But under pressure,
Down pretty
he
easily. This one will go actually
fails.
towards
It's a
Yawar,
choke.
who is still not joining these fights, right? He was still farming there throughout that fight, throughout that replay even. Has now a full Manta style to show
Blink.
for it and a magic stick.
Turn.
No, so
and
basically
RP
now
at the same
the
time,
Roche really has to
and
harder
skewer.
to contest,
Very
right?
simple.
Like these Hawks, if EG ever get control of the dire jungle, they can take the outpost since they got the tower. They're now also like 3k gold more up than they would have been otherwise. So like you just set yourself up.
Me,
a
I
bit
never
worse here,
choked
but you
in
can certainly
Dota.
still win fights. Like that.
So it's
I mean,
calm.
that was not a fair fight, right?
No.
They didn't hit a single spell. So
Didn't come together there for Soniqs. A bit frustrating. Maybe now they're going to be looking to make another go at things here. Fiend's Grip coming off cooldown now, but it's EG who actually make the first move as they will smoke over towards their jungle and out towards the mid lane. Blink Dagger now on Primal Beast alongside his long duration BKB, and he's going to be very pleased to find that in Arcane Room, maybe even trying to bait it here.
but that's
DOTA,
Blink, so finally they're easy
Oh.
initiations. Yeah.
Mini onslaught setups for the arrow. That's
okay.
already a lopsided fight, and Quinn
Okay.
now being grabbed. Nice job there to interrupt
RP?
it. Obviously activate the BKB, but there's going to be the roar on a Quinn.
Oh,
Lawless as
hell
well
no.
with the RP, but it's only going to catch Fly.
Oh,
Lawless trying to get out
hell
here just
no.
with the TP away. It's going to abandon Quinn in this fight, but Yawar as well has shown up to this one. He's going to look for the spin out. They've already used the roar, but they almost get him with the physical damage there, Pi.
Yeah, very close.
MSS at least will cut through Quinn. So it's only a 2-for-1 trade, of course, as they also
Vesla,
find
the
Banco at
pressure
the
is
start of that
getting
one in
to him.
favor
This
of
is
EG,
kind of
but,
embarrassing.
difficult fights here for Sonic so far.
Yeah, they just don't seem, especially with the Primal BKB, right? Like, they don't have enough damage to kill him right now. The Juggernaut
Bane
almost
is
slash,
supposed to stand in the
not
back
quite
and grab
what
him when
it
it
wanted to
comes. What is this?
be. And also, everything was just a bit awkward, right? Like, Quinn still dies too easily. Like, they have nothing to save him, especially when the Bane is dead and can't sleep him. So he just kind of melts.
Why do they take these
And now
fights? They
EG,
should just keep
they're
farming.
happy
They
to
need a
just wait
few
for
more.
next
They need
growth and
Shiva
start playing things, I imagine,
and
for them a little
Axe
bit more
on Lash, and he
clinically,
would
right?
just kill everyone.
This is always how EG has tended to play in a lot of their
Man, this
Division
beast is
1
stomping.
NA
Holy
games
shit,
during
his
the
farms.
PPC leagues. Kind of establish an early lead from the lanes. Of course, this one not really too much of a blossoming lead, only really up to 2k, but has in the past couple of minutes now gone up to 6k. Take over the map control and just take things cleanly and slowly here.
Yeah. No, very comfortable here. As we said, they got the outpost now, so they have complete control of Dire Jungle. Roche is spawning in 20 seconds. So it's going to be very hard to contest this. Running through all the Hawks, the wards.
I think a big shift here eventually is going to be when Yawar gets this Eye of Scotty online for his Juggernaut. Of course,
BKB.
that move and attack speed slow versus a Drow Ranger, allowing you to break her marksmanship passive. It's going to help a lot.
Still is very
TZ's
winnable for
got a couple
Sonic.
tools to defend
As
against
it
that
was
one
named
already. Right? The
Sonics.
Shadow Blade,
It's
so you
pretty
can
cool
join
name.
fights from awkward angles, maybe even get a pick off here, as EG have been keen to start their
Free
fights
Roche.
that way. Hurricane Pike as well, right, to increase the gap.
Yeah.
There's some problematic items here already.
Got a good shard.
Yeah, I don't see
From
them
a beast
contesting this
free
Roche.
stun.
Should almost already be dead, right? Very
Beastmaster shard got nerfed
Going
quite a
down way too
lot.
fast. Quinn in the
It's
meantime,
still
at least
good.
down
To
bottom,
reduce
pushing the
cooldown
tower,
rate.
has finished up the money.
That's pretty good.
Or has accumulated the money, I should say, for his complete
More
Axe
vision.
Scepter. So his Nihilism now online does make him immune from physical damage.
Yeah.
Offer him a decent amount of protection
Nihilism.
in these fights. To be
Nihilism?
honest.
Yeah, I'm just still a
Sonic
little
with a
confused
Q?
how
That's
he's
pretty
supposed to
cool.
play this. He has
It's no copyright, I
to wait
guess.
for all the big stuns to already be used, I feel. He has to join the fight a bit later.
To Fata, and he gets jumped up at again with the jump on and trampoline and killing him.
Buyback.
Goes there towards Arteezy.
Oh, Mojo in the bottom lane. But
Uh-oh.
keep it for him, he has haste.
Yeah, no running from this guy. Pulverize into the arrow setup. Spirit
Oh,
Vessel
just very
applied,
clean,
crit leaping
clean.
in, and now that's onslaughting out. It's going to end the life of MSS.
Yeah. Now EG are making this look easy right now.
Up 9k and getting ready probably to push high ground now already. Looks like their sight's not quite yet set on that tier 2 bottom. Sonics at least again with this
EG's top tier.
brand
to
new,
the
at least
left.
brand new to them, Alesh Ag Scepter. Might be able to
Yeah,
make
he's
a bit of
looking
difference with
really
Yawar
good
still
this game,
halfway,
Copium.
only halfway towards his Eye of Scotty, even a little bit less. Now he's about halfway.
Yeah. No, so like they're down a lot of gold, right? But at least both Yawar and Quinn have kind of kept up in farm. It's only this Beastmaster
Played versus
that for some
Abbott,
reason
I
ballooned.
think so. I
It's
stomped
like an
him.
old carry player playing offlane, right?
It's
Just
true.
Very
no.
fat.
Yeah, richest hero in the game by far, has Blink BKB now, so nothing really obstructing him from reaching whoever his main target needs to be and finding that roar. It's been very effective at breaking apart these team fights. Leslau here, Lawless on the Magnus, having a bit of a difficult game, right? His first RP was used to simply escape a smoke gank. His second RP missed and ended up kind of drawing Soniqs into a bad fight. And his third RP only catching Fly after he had dropped Tombstone and was already Flesh Golem.
Yeah, that one was a bit not very good.
It's been rough for him, but perhaps things are a little bit easier for them
DOTA.
once they look to defend high ground.
It's very good.
Yes, their enemies
I like DOTA.
more of a funnel for him.
Yeah. No, but at the end of the day, pushing this high ground might not be too easy. They have skewer back. They have RP. Like if you get
Yeah, pushing high ground is a little scary, but they're abusing.
It might still be quite effective, especially if
Even by shard, anymore.
On the back line, if
Yes.
he's able to catch you.
Yeah.
You might be a bit too isolated for your allies to help you out.
Yeah. No, so Soniqs have this problem now that no hero wants to get gone on first or kind of go first. But hopefully, like if Marcy can finish her BKB, that will help a lot. Because then she can just go in first. And give vision. Because like it's not good when Fata gets killed first, right? Like you want him very far back. So he can grip this primal.
How viable is it to just like rely on the buyback, for example, of this Marcy, right? Which she does have. Can you like look to leverage that in these fights and just say, I'll go in, tank a couple spells, you know, draw them in, maybe we get a good RP, I'll buy back and we take the fight from there? Is that like something you can start thinking about on those high ground defense, or is that...
I mean, on the high ground defense, for sure. You don't have a choice, right? They're pushing your base. But if the game was a little bit closer, yeah, they could have done that for the second Roche here.
Blue eyes,
that
thank
would have been
you.
a play for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately,
getting
like you
outfarmed.
highlighted, right, not having control of the outpost does make making a play like that a bit too difficult.
Okay,
Soniqs.
missing the smoke on Jagger.
Smoke, and now
It's,
he's
it's
sneaking
okay,
out
they're
of
a high
the
tier
base
team.
here. There's still Aegis for Arteezy for another 90 seconds now.
Yeah, so I feel like this is kind
It's
of
so
what
obvious.
dream about. But let's see.
It's gonna be the
They're like
multi-shot, though.
clueless.
At least
I wonder
for
why
Power
he's
Rangers
there.
Presence. Abed doing a great job of breaking
Oh.
smokes. There's gonna be vision though. They skewer him away and into the hands
Not
of
the-
Yawar, but he doesn't make the jump immediately. Instead, there's gonna be a grip onto Nightfall. Interrupted though as Abed blinks forward.
Jagger
with a
ult,
cold
there's
rise.
no damage.
Fata just dead. The RP.
No
of
damage
course,
at all,
dying
that
breath
was
does
it.
At least allow Yawar to get off a bit of an
The
omni.
Lesh
Damage isn't
is
nearly
just dead.
sufficient. They only
Okay,
get
the
through
game's
crit
it's
there.
over.
But it's Arteezy who stands his ground
It's
and
terrible.
3
Coming
kills
to
for
Singapore.
him. He was untouched in that team fight.
Yeah, just standing on the high ground.
Yeah, I don't want to flame Lessa too
Now
much, he
you
just
give
skewers
them an easy high ground, right?
Sonic.
Seem
Or
to be
skewers
that way.
probably to
Couple
Jagger.
buybacks ready to go for Soniqs. They do have
You
a
think
fortifying
he's just
as
gonna
well.
ult and kill
They
him?
just
A primal
still on
beast?
Arteezy here for 40 seconds. So by the time
Skewer
that they
him
respawn
to
nearby,
Leshrak, who stuns
still
him,
gonna
and
be
then you
able to
grip
stand on
him.
this high ground. Look at his attack speed already. My goodness, that inner
Wait,
beast
what?
aura.
Yeah,
The
he
fuck?
He got Vladimir aura, marksmanship giving 62 agility. Yeah, that stuff is just melting here.
Down it goes near the bottom. Perhaps even mid lane of Verrk. Still the richest hero in the game, by the way, is Nightfall.
Yeah, I don't see. Okay, so maybe
Still
alright,
winnable.
they'll relax a bit, but I feel like they could keep going. I guess the skewer is still scary.
Like,
So
why
there's
didn't
no
you skewer
need
him to your
Another
team?
look at that fight there along the replay.
Why did you
here.
skewer him to Jagger? Like, Jagger
Oh, yeah,
can't
it's
ult
just
him.
nothing
And
hitting,
you also
right?
skewered him into a
Like,
creep
at this point,
wave.
Quinn is dealing a lot of damage here, but the 3 heroes do the delta split, right? And the Drow Ranger ends up being too far away, and she just kills him in 3 hits.
Oh, an effort there. Oh, Arteezy in trouble, actually. Quinn. Oh, he gets the force up to the high ground. Can they find the sun in
Oh,
time?
no way.
Not from Quinn. The
Beautiful.
Gust is going to prevent him from counting the TP. Would have been a massive opening there for Soniqs, who did time that nicely with the Aegis expiring. Arteezy finds himself out of a pickle there.
He knows his cliffs.
Oh yeah, that's very unfortunate. You really need that kill. Other news though, Fata has collected 6 healing salves. It's quite impressive.
See, is he holding the shovel? Yes, he
Yeah.
is. Also, curiously enough, he's holding onto this Medallion of Courage and is building into Solar Crest. Not an item I see a whole lot these days, but I suppose when it's all eggs on the jug basket right now, it's a very valuable item, especially efficient for how much it costs.
I don't know if I would say so. That's the one thing about Drow Ranger, right? She kind of pierces through armor. So I guess he's just been so poor, so he's just, as you said, just trying to get anything going. Maybe a Glimmer Cape would be better. So
He's
it
got
would be
BKB
harder for
now.
Primal to get on top of him.
Yeah. No, I'm just, I'm out here trying to fight for these support items. Solar Crest, I agree with you, is not the most impressive item these days. It had a stint where it was cheap and incredibly effective, and everyone bought it every game, even on offlaners. But ever since then, it's been a little bit more ignored, despite having a really nice build-up. Medallion
Yep,
is...
they just choked their
gives a lot
fights
of
too
what
much.
supports
Which
want
is
in the
sad.
early game.
Very sad.
No, I
Just
mean,
not that useful of an active.
yeah. So EG are just in a position now, right, where they get to farm way more, and they can just wait for Roche. So all the
Yeah, the guy
pressure is
even
on
got
Sonics.
X.
And they really need to. Yeah, okay, so we get a little pause here. So they really need this Magnus to, I don't know, like that earlier fight,
Picking
right?
up.
Because he does get the skewer on Primal Beast, but
For
he
what,
needs
Mike?
to somehow land the RP. And then
Picking
need to
up.
burst
You
the Primal
dropped it and you're picking it up.
before he got to pop BKB. Like that was their only hope to win a fight there. But unfortunately, he like skewered him into creeps into
What
Juggernaut.
does that even
So he
mean?
couldn't Omni Slash, and everything was just a bit awkward.
I mean, okay, so they've got to kill Abed basically using the Lash, right? Because I don't see another way. I don't know. I mean, maybe now with Scotty, there's a way that Jug, if he gets a solo Omni Slash, can get the job done. But this is such a
Jagger has
tanky
no
time.
damage. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, with the
Especially now,
Shivas.
he's got Shivas. Yeah, he's got so much armor.
Why did he even go Scott?
Uh-oh, Quinn.
Bro?
Well, there's going to be maybe a kill set up onto him. No arrow, but Fly is here to assist at least with a little bit more damage. But from the backs and
Oh, hell
diving
no.
here
He just
goes
got X.
RTZ. He gets 2 kills just like that.
Yeah, I mean, this
Down
was
goes Oz.
on,
A third is well picked off as Evil
less love.
Geniuses.
But it's okay, everyone has a bad
surround,
game.
dividing and
Not
conquering.
me,
Last
but
to
a
go
lot of
here.
people have like a
It is
bad
gonna be
game.
Yauer who's bouncing around, and the Omni Slash comes out with the spin,
That's a
but
bad
it's not
game.
going to last
No
long
shame in that.
here. It's got a lot of move speed at least. Might be able to escape a bit more, but no. EG, they've got the mobility items, and they've got the
Please.
advantage. It's going to be Soniqs who lose game 1 here to Evil Geniuses, who open up their TI group stage on a win. Just game 1.
Yeah. They did
Okay,
make it
Sonic
look
win
easy.
next game.
I think Sonics, they had, like there was a period there where they were looking like they had a shot, but they never got anything going, right?
It's pretty easy.
And Nightfall with a very impressive game, I have to say, right? Abed and...
Giling-giling, hayaan mo mata nila ay lumuha.